What's up, everybody? I am back with the Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 9, Episode 16. The truth will set you off. Listen, before we start, y'all, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And make sure you hit the notification bell button so you can be updated on everything that I drop. Listen, I just want to know when the reunion is. I know I heard them say this is the finale. Next week is the finale. I'm so glad. You know why? Because not only is the Son, the Father, and the Holy Spirit tied, I'm tied. And I know y'all tied. Because this episode was tied. All right? It's going to get, maybe next week, it's going to get a little popping. I think I'm sure last episode is going to be a little messy, I guess. They need a pause. They need a pause, y'all. They need a pause, okay? All right, let's go. So the episode picks up with Karen and Giselle confronting Mia. Karen said in her confessional, stop exploiting everybody's emotions when you're talking about G. And I'm just like, girl, I don't care. Kay was saying this was going too far. Ashley have her package in her pants and she ready to perform. Mia said, like, I'm just talking, y'all. So Mia said she don't want to be around people who wants to question her but support her. And I'm just like, girl, you want blind loyalty like Karen. That's why y'all butt heads. Y'all just alike. Karen notices that Stacey isn't supporting her. Wendy asked Stacey what side are you on, and she said she's standing with Mia because what Karen doing is wrong. And Jossie is back. Hey girl, Katie's here, I guess. Josh arrived. What's up? And he meets her family, and then the show starts. Okay, I don't have time. So Ash TOP comes out and she's excited and she doing thrusting and gyrating them TikTok dances, looking a mess. All right, it was a mess. So Ash, better known as Forehead, Ash TOP brings Karen onto the stage. Uncle Lump is embarrassed because Ash TOP is throwing her chi-chi in a circle. Child. I'm pretty sure this was Ashley's final dance of the show. Okay, because she can go. Okay, y'all either put this on ice or y'all need to send her on her way. Let her have her little last package and send her on her way. Okay. So after everything was over, everybody tell Ashley she did a good job, child. I guess that's okay. I guess. And so everybody tell Ashley what happened with the lunch that Ray had with G and the situation that happened outside, kind of to the situation that happened outside between Mia, Karen, and Giselle. Ashley gets loud, I guess, talking about, girl, it was just too dramatic for me. It was just not giving. It was like, I am very underwhelmed. Okay, this is why y'all getting this review like this. It was very underwhelming. Okay, this is gonna be a short one. All right, so Karen, Giselle, Ashley, and Kay are meeting for lunch and they talk about the Mia situation. Jizzy says she was pretty much taken aback by Mia. Ma'am, how? Talking about you, basically, she was bamboozled. Girl, please. Okay. Kay talks about Greg. And Kay, why are you crying about Greg? He don't want you on the show. Okay? You guys are not married. You are not married to this man. This man wants you to dim your light. And I'm just like, He coming up with 1,001 reasons why he doesn't want her on the show. But to me, I haven't heard the reasons, but whatever he decides, it's invalid. You want her well where you want her. And anything that's further than you don't like it. So Giselle tells Kay, don't let a man dim your light, basically. And you need somebody basically who's going to support you. And if you can't be supported in multiple ways, if he can't lift you, even support you in this, then he's not the one for you. But like most, you're going to stick by his side. Like, that shit is stupid to me. I'm sorry, y'all. I was like this. Anyway. So, Mia is on her way to go get ink from the airport. Her GPS name is Mercedes. I'm not even sure why I found that entertaining, but it was entertaining enough to put in this review, okay? She's picking up ink at the airport, and I always notice every time she picks him up, he's always driving her car. Okay, whatever. So Mia and Ink are a joke. Ink says he wants to take Jeremiah to a game the next day. And I'm like, you just let this man come in and do whatever he wants as it relates to your son. You have no regard for your husband. I'm talking about when it comes to co-parenting and as it relates to your children. You're stupid. Anyway, apparently Gordon has called Ink about the paternity test and told him, Mia, I took a paternity test. I talked to Mia about it. Mia should have told you, yada, yada, yada. Ink thinks that Gordon lied about taking a paternity test. Mia claims she thinks Gordon lied about the paternity test. And I'm like, girl, just at this point, just stop. Listen, she's very entertaining because she's an airhead, but she can go too. Okay. Ink says to Mia, Gordon. Ink says that Mia and Gordon's relationship is taking a toll on him, and he's trying to be respectful. You fucking a married woman. You are not being respectful. I just really want to point that out there. Yeah, they may be separated, but the lady is still married. You're not being respectful. You've never been respectful. You cheated with this lady's husband. I mean, with this man's wife. Okay? So you've been disrespectful. Next. So, apparently Stacy is the ambassador for Human Rescue Alliance for the animals, which is nice. She's hosting a fashion show, and she's meeting up with Ashley, and she shows Ashley the dog, that cute little dog that she's going to be walking in a fashion show. Ashley still claims she's getting a divorce from Michael. Girl, we don't care. Stacy says she waived child support. Ashley asked her why. She said it doesn't feel right to her. Ashley was like, you might want to take a cue from my book because I had two babies by Michael and still fumbled the bag. All right. And so, and that's why she's stuck in that divorce. All right. So Greg and Kay go out to lunch. And she brings up the conversation while they're in a car. He's not saying a word. He's ignoring her. You can look on Kay's face and see she's aggravated at the moment. I do not like Greg, okay? So they get into they get to the restaurant. They have the conversation. Basically, he tells her to go with it and just calm the F down. She feels like she's shrinking when she's with him. Greg isn't listening, if you ask me, because he was like, I don't feel like you're shrinking. Let me just put a pin right here. Because at any time, again, I said this in a couple other reviews, and at any time of a relationship where you feel like you are shrinking yourself, or you can't tell a person anything, you can tell them certain things, but you cannot tell them anything, and they're not supportive, and they don't validate your emotions, your feelings, but you're be in their safe space, and you're validating their emotions and you're validating their feelings. It's time to walk, okay? It's time to choose you. The way I look at Kay and the way she's not choosing herself, and if Kay doesn't come back next season, we know that she's chosen to stay with Greg. I do not understand why she's moving in with him. Not only do I not get that, because I think that she should have her own space. You have your own bag. You should have your own space. If he wants a house, let him get a house. But because you want the sanctity of marriage, you're going to stay. And because she wants the sanctity of marriage, you're going to cower down to him. And you're going to allow yourself to shrink for the sanctity of a marriage that you may or may not get. And I'm just keeping it a buck. I hate this for Kay. When she said she felt like she was shrinking herself, it was just like, just not validate. For him to be a LCSW, you know better. You know better. And you know, I'm sorry, y'all. You know what she's saying when she come at you with her emotions. So you know better. But then again, just because you're educated, just because you have the education on it, doesn't mean you're tapped into your emotions. Like, I really don't understand it. So Kay tells Greg that he can be dismissive to her. And he kept telling her, I'm not. But she's telling him, that's how I feel. This is her experience with you. This is what she's literally experiencing with you. So rather you at least fix it and say, you know what? My apologies for coming off dismissive. That is not my intention. I will work on that. You just immediately tell her, I'm not. You're not validating her emotions. Like, I cannot. I'm not. I would like I would like Kay to choose Kay. You're running his business. You're taking care of his kids. Like, girl. Anyway. So Stacey meets up with all the ladies and we see Vivian again. Hey, girl. She texts everybody. Karen texts her back talking about she's not going to come. Girl, Karen, please. Please. Okay? Please. So I guess they get there to try on a dress. Wendy says she expected Stacey to defend Karen but not coddle Mia. And that's when Giselle comes in, tells her, you could have told. It was just a whole bunch of shitty excuses. Like, she was telling her, you should have told Karen you was coming to Vivian. Why she got to tell Karen that she's going to see Vivian about the fashion show that she's hosting? Why does she need permission? So you're going to wait all the way to the end of the season to try to start this bullying stuff. But your friend just called your daughter a hoe and you don't have no smoke for her. But now you want to try to have smoke for Stacey. When I tell you Stacey was on their necks and I wasn't mad at that, do not back down. So Stacey says she's been knowing Vivian for way longer than she's known Karen. At this point, Giselle was just doing the most. She was looking for a moment and she was definitely reaching. Giselle says she doesn't want us being a fashion show. Stacey was like, okay, then you can sit next to Karen. Point blank and period. Okay? Stacey says Karen wants this blind loyalty. And she does. Karen doesn't want to be corrected. She doesn't want to be held accountable, because if she did, she would show up at the reunion. Stacy stood on business at that moment. She was like, I'm not gonna let nobody punk me and sun me. No. And I don't blame her. Okay? That was too much. And I felt like they was wrong. Like, she don't have to be Team Karen. Because let's be clear, Giselle, you're not always Team Karen. Okay? So in the next episode, the next part, sorry y'all, we see Eddie, Wendy, and Eddie with his fine self. Okay. And so she was talking about, doing her YouTube channel. And I was like, girl, when was the last time you uploaded anything on that YouTube channel? As a matter of fact, you can send all your subscribers over here, because I can use some, okay? Anyway, Eddie tells Wendy she's gonna film Kareem Jean Pierre. Wendy's excited, and she's just trying to figure out what wig she's gonna wear. Girl, I guess. So Stacy is meeting up with Mia. Mia is angry. She's still talking about G, yada yada yada. Same thing she's been saying all season. Karen, and she says that she's of course she's mad with Karen, so she's talking about that. Stacy says Karen told her to avoid Mia because she's not Potomac. So Mia start to pipe up, well, what is Potomac? Crashing your car, yada yada yada. And Karen also told Stacy that she shouldn't be friends with Wendy because Wendy is self-absorbed and is out for herself. For some reason, I believe Karen said that. I absolutely believe Karen said that. If they said she did that, then she did that. So we flash back over to Wendy and Eddie, and Wendy is speaking very highly of Karen. And she tells Eddie she wants to invite Karen to the White House. She says, Queens rep Queens, and that Karen invited her when she got the key to Surrey County. Karen didn't have to do that, and that her family now owns the plantation or whatever. And she said that nobody's as deserving as Karen, I guess. So Stacy says, we flash back to Stacy and Mia. No. Was that in a confessional? I don't know. Stacy says she loves Mia, and she loves Wendy, and Wendy has been nice after, getting to know Wendy. Wendy has been nothing but nice, opposite of whatever Karen has said. So I'm not sure when Karen has said this, but again, she should be at this reunion and answer these questions. And I think it's messed up that you sat there and you talked about Wendy. Anyway, I'm sure next week Mia's gonna tell Wendy, I'm glad next week is the last episode, and this is where the episode ends, and bye.